vintage. I'm the really damaged. I came out and make the channel froze. I'm really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name her who got a better flow. She can hang it up just like a telephone. Stick me up with the cause TK to let it come see it. Bands at me, I make it come treat it. Spin, make it come beat it. I want the new in the machine out. Jewelry be cold like the temperature zero. On the borders, they call me the hero. Heavy then they know what I be on. I'm the best, I'm the best. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, and I go, it don't go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, and I go, it don't go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold.
Let's go. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Said I'm coming for everything. You good, but to be great, you gotta have confidence. The next level was legend. You gotta have accomplishments. In any league, they considering me dominant. The long falls, you know the pit of the feet bottomless. I was hungry way before I got your support. I hopped off the porch around the time that y'all got awards. Lyrical exercise, this what I call a sport. The fourth bar, brother, when I push the rock off the court. I got champion genetics. Champion genetics. Next level. One of the best. Remember me. I am the first. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me. I am the first. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the first. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me. I am the first. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. The catamounts who talent don't average out. If your flow ain't nowhere near this caliber, that don't count. Competition get flattened out. Getting money like I went top 3 in the first round. My salary that amount. They want my style, but that ain't much to be flat about. I take it as a challenge when rappers calling my status out. One of the best, and they ain't my pedigree. You can have the rings, or we did it, AI's legacy. I got champion genetics. Next level. One of the best. Remember me. I am the first. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. I said I am the first. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the first. You seen the making of a star, they hear my name and remember me. Remember me. I said I am the first. Just let the record show that I said I'm coming for everything. I am the first. Next level.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Flush to his right. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. The Cowboys at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
Trying to run for it with Pollard, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. And his kick is right there. It's good, and the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their 25-yard line. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Gibson. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Gibson. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Third and 1. Hal's going to throw it. Open man here is Conklin. So he stopped for no gain. And that'll bring up 4th down. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth.
The one thing I have learned about this league, more and more, you've got to take some chances. You know, if you play everything conservatively and play everything exactly like, okay, I know what to do in each situation, I don't think you're going to get very far. I love the call there, going for it, even on his own side of the field.
Yeah, and even though you're on your own side of the field, they were creeping towards midfield, so not as crazy as if they were back at their own 20. Right?
Showed a little faith in the defense too, right?
Yep. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Howell. Open man left side. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. On first down, Howell. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 41. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And he'll get maybe a couple, if that, up to the 46.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And that's knocked away and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. Football 101, you've got to let the guy catch the ball.
You have to know the ball is there. You have to know it's arrived. Otherwise, you're going to get flagged every time.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. 1st down, Howell to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Howell trying to pick it up on 3rd. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd and 7. Prescott off play action. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Play action now. Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage. And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game? I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone. I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Well, they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down. Faking the handoff. Howell sliding out of the pocket. And he wisely will throw that one away. Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A handoff for Gibson. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is going to have a Washington 1st down. They didn't get a lot, but they do convert on 4th. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he only manages a couple here, down to about the 38-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This offense so far on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. Now Howell. And a throw right sideline is complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Howell. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Commanders have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. On play action, Prescott. Going right side here, and that's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Prescott now. Forced out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schultz. No gain on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
So the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Dancing to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
2nd down and goal. Prescott to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? To the air again, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dalton Schultz as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Point after, up and good. And the lead is now 10 to 7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is incomplete. Well played defensively, nearly had the interception, but it's 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. One last shot before the break. Howell. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll go play action. Howell. He'll buy some time right. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. A gain of 14, first down Commanders.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Now throwing on first down here. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That one is slant to McLaurin. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Gibson here running out of the gun. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
On first down, right back to Gibson. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, it's Howell. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. Robinson with another carry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They go play action with Howell. Touchdown, Washington. Ryan Knoll, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Well, they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 63 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. Here's a diving catch right side. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
47 is the mic. 47. Kill. Get the leg. Hey, check Mike. Switch it there. Yeah. Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
Prescott on 1st down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 12-yard line. Prescott yet again. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Tony Pollard with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 17-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. Oh, Howe loses it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1.
No. Hey, switch gears.
Pollard again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Cowboys will add to their 4th quarter lead. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. Their momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Powell from the gun. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. On the give, here's Robinson. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Off play action, it's Howell. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Howell out of the shotgun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
From the 36, Prescott. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And Howell will throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Howell going up top. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, He stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Howell looking to throw again. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Heady on that one, huh? Getting out of bounds before the 2-minute warning. They get an extra timeout, extra opportunity to move the ball downfield. Very smart football.
Howell now to throw it. And returns it right back to Samuel. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Steps away. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Howell to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Cowboys are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
Flushed out right. His throw incomplete.
Pardon, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Well, Prescott here to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be gathered up in the end zone. And that's a defensive touchdown. So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the 4th. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Pollard again. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing here, Prescott. Being chased out left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
They'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Howell. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. They'll run with Gibson. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. They needed a yard. They got it. First down.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
This one no doubt important for Matt Gay. This to potentially send us to overtime. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Here's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the Cowboys going to get the first chance here to search for a winner as we're back underway to start this overtime. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Gonna run again here with Pollard. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone, all right? You don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. Here comes the first throw in OT for Prescott. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Brandon, that's a huge completion there. That puts them in field goal range, but let's face it, they don't want 3 here. They want 6. With these overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it. First down, Prescott. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for Dallas, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to L.A. to take on the Rams. And for Charles Davis and our entire